they came to me with this barber thing. We had 3 or 4 days off after WrestleMania. We're in Rochester, New York, old beat down war memorial place. It was full of rats, and not the girls.
I was going to ask that.
Real rats, real rats, and the place was a dump. And I get there, and they walk in. Pat Patterson. They hand me this white cosmetologist coat and a little pocket thing with a pair of scissors and a comb in it. They hand it to me and say, "Now you're the barber." I said, "I'm the what?" "You're the barber." And they took me to a barber shop, shot pictures in the barber shop with me with one of the referees, good kid, loved him. He was a good shit, and taking pictures of me, like cutting his hair and taking all these pictures in the stupid white coat. And I was furious. I was totally out of my mind. I was like, I had just done 2 to 3 years, a whole year going around with Hogan on top. I was on fire. The ovation when I went to Piper's match was insane. And now you're gonna, with no prep, no nothing, you're just gonna hang this "you're the barber" gimmick on me without giving me any help at all. It was setting me up to fail. There was a lot of jealousy in the I hate to say it, but in the office there was people that definitely did not want to see me succeed.
Well,
and they thought that by giving me this thing, making me the barber, that it was going to be the beginning of the end. There was nowhere to go with it. There was nobody had ever done anything being a barber in the business before, and Pat Patterson was like the booker. Pat Patterson's roommate / friend was a guy named Louie. I liked Louie. I liked Pat. Them two were clowns, but Louie was a hairdresser. Louie had cut my hair for years, for several years, since I had met him in '78, and so I went back to the building and went and they had these old dressing rooms. They had these like steel baskets where the kids, but they didn't have a locker. They just had like a basket. They put their stuff in and they lock it. And the dressing room, it stunk horribly of sweat. The place hadn't been cleaned in 20 years. And I started just destroying anything I could find. I was just kicking and screaming, and then Hogan comes in and he hears the ruckus because I was making noise. So what the fuck's going on? He said, "It's fucking Beefcake, man. You better go get him. He's fucking going nuts. He has gone crazy." So what happened? Everybody was like, "We don't know. We don't know what's going on." So he comes in and says, and I went off on him too. I said, "This is bullshit. I've been working my ass off. Nobody's worked harder than me to get over, and I'm over now. And you're going to change. They're going to change my gimmick to something that's impossible to do." I said, "How are we going to do this? What is there to do?" And we sat there staring at each other for a few minutes, and then he's all kind of good head for the business stuff. He says, "What if use that sleeper like Piper did?" Piper was using the sleeper hold a lot back in this time. "Why don't you use that sleeper hold like Piper?" And because I'm built, I got big, I got 21 inch arms. I put a sleeper hold on somebody, that's believable, buddy. They're going down. He said, "Why don't you use the sleeper hold? You put them to sleep, and then you go get your scissors and you chop some of their hair off. Every time, though, it has to be every single match, like television match at least. for the time being has to be you going out there, just wailing on somebody for 2 or 3 minutes, putting them to sleep, and then whacking their hair off. And the only one who could get that done with Vince was Hogan. And so I said, if you can get that done with him, I'll do it. And then so I started, I went back to the drawing board to get some new clothes made up. The new, I wore the stupid white coat for a little while because they caught me off guard. I wasn't prepared. Had a little pair of scissors. I'm going to the ring. You can still see a lot. There's pictures of me in the ring and stuff with the little scissors and stuff. And after a couple of months of that, I was like, this sucks. I got to do something. There's got to be something better than the scissors. And I came up with the idea of getting a big pair of hedge clippers, wrapping the handles of the hedge clippers so they look like a barber pole, and then bring the nose out to the ring. And when I did, the people went crazy. They loved it and stuff. And sometimes I would even chop people's hair off with the big giant shears, and that really excited the people. And then I started getting creative and getting like the wrap that the barber puts on you when he puts you in the barber shop, and so you don't get hair all over. And I'd put the guy to sleep, and I'd put the thing around the guy, and then I'd start cutting his hair, and then I got this hairspray, colored hairspray, and I was spraying their hair colors, spraying Big B on them, just anything I could think of. And the more goofy I got, the more the people liked it, the more it got over and over. And pretty soon, they had a monster on their hands. They had no idea, like nobody did, where I was going to go with this, how I was going to pull it off. But I did, with help from friends, but not help from the office. There's no help from the office at all, not that much.
You make your own luck in this world.